What's the one thing in Spider-Man that makes him such an icon for Marvel? In fact, why do we cheer for any hero, laugh with them, and cry over their heartbreaks? It's chemistry, obviously. The unseen magic that connects characters and keeps us invested. And no one does it better in the Marvel Cinematic Universe than Spider-Man. From his heartfelt rooftop moments with MJ to his comedic adventures with Ned and his unforgettable bond with Tony, Peter Parker's relationships are the webbing that holds his story together. But how does Marvel make it work? What's the secret to creating connections that feel real and leave a lasting impact? And how do you craft chemistry that resonates with audiences long after the credits roll? In our previous video, How to Do Character Development, we tackled the evolution of Peter Parker's character, how his growth is shaped by struggles, sacrifice, and self-discovery. But great character development doesn't happen in isolation. It's the relationships around Peter that elevate his journey from good to iconic.
Let's have it.
You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay?
Let's think about it. Would Peter's struggles hit as hard without Tony Stark's tough love? Would No Way Home have brought us to tears without the emotional connections to MJ and Ned? And let's not forget Aunt May, whose wisdom anchors Peter's moral compass. Chemistry isn't just about romantic sparks. It's about every interaction that adds depth to the story. But here's where it gets fascinating. Chemistry isn't always about harmony. Sometimes it's the tension, the clash of personalities that sparks the strongest connections. Look at Peter's relationship with Doctor Strange in No Way Home. Their dynamic thrives on their differences. Peter's youthful optimism versus Strange's calculated pragmatism. It's messy, it's hilarious, and it keeps us glued. Chemistry's not only for love stories, it's for friendships, rivalries, and those unexpected partnerships that take a story to new heights.
Guy in the chair.
Take Spider-Man and the Green Goblin, for example. Their clash is more than just good versus evil. It's a battle charged with personal stakes, eerie parallels, and an undeniable push and pull dynamic. And beyond rivalries, there's the comedic banter with Ned or the emotional vulnerability with MJ, showcasing every facet of character chemistry. In today's video, we're unpacking the art of chemistry through the lens of our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. We'll explore how contrast ignites sparks, why vulnerability builds trust, and how humor creates unbreakable bonds. This is the secret sauce behind Spider-Man's connections. But before we start, if you're loving this series, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next video on how to make a hateable character in our Spider-Man series. Let's cut straight to the action. How do Spider-Man's relationships stay so compelling? It's not just about who Peter interacts with. It's about how they challenge and shape him. Every bond he forms serves a purpose, revealing a different layer of his character and adding depth to the story. And it all starts with a secret weapon: emotional stakes. Take Peter's bond with Aunt May. She's more than a caretaker. She's his guiding light. Her words, "with great power there must also come great responsibility," don't just echo. They define the essence of who Spider-Man truly is. When her tragic fate in No Way Home unfolds, it's not just a gut punch. It's a turning point that redefines Peter's entire journey. Now, contrast that with Tony Stark. Their relationship flips the mentor-mentee dynamic on its head. Tony doesn't just guide Peter, he forces him to confront his own potential. Tony's tough love lesson about the suit wasn't just a throwaway moment. It became the turning point where Peter had to prove he was more than the tech and ready to embrace what it truly means to be a hero. And let's not overlook the chemistry built on humor and camaraderie. Peter and Ned's friendship is the perfect example of this. Ned isn't just the guy in the chair. He's Peter's anchor to normalcy, reminding us that even superheroes need someone to geek out with. Their banter is effortless, and their laughter feels real, like the kind of friendship we all want. But chemistry isn't just about heartfelt moments or laughs. It's also about tension. When Peter butts heads with Doctor Strange, their clashing perspectives create a dynamic that's as engaging as it is explosive. Peter's youthful optimism colliding with Strange's calculated control keeps us on edge, making every moment between them a must-watch. Now, this brings us back to a critical point. Chemistry thrives when characters evolve through each other. These relationships aren't static. They push, pull, and sometimes even break each other, all in service of telling a richer story. And speaking of breaking things, you know what's not gonna break? This exceptionally detailed Spider-Man action figure from Marvel Legends series. Collectors know the value of a standout edition, and this collective is exactly that. With its movie-accurate design and exclusive character-specific accessories, it's a piece that's a highlight in any collection. You'll find the link in the description below. We've unpacked the contrasts, emotional stakes, humor, and tension that make Spider-Man's connections unforgettable. But what cements these relationships as iconic is how they define Peter's journey, not just as Spider-Man, but as a person. At its core, chemistry and storytelling is more than just great moments. It's about transformation. Peter's relationships are dynamic. They evolve with him. His bond with Aunt May begins as one of guidance, only to end as a source of unwavering moral strength. With Ned, their friendship matures from playful banter to shared sacrifice. And with MJ, their connection grows from tentative high school crush to a partnership forged in trust and love. The beauty of Spider-Man's story is that even when Peter has to let go, whether it's saying goodbye to Tony, erasing himself from MJ and Ned's memories, or losing Aunt May, those bonds continue to shape who he is. Wait, does that mean Spider-Man's chemistry exists even without the characters present? Yes, and that's the magic. What makes Spider-Man's chemistry so powerful is that it's rooted in authenticity. These connections feel real because they're messy, imperfect, and deeply human. They remind us that being a hero isn't about flying solo. It's about the people who inspire, challenge, and sometimes break us along the way. And this legacy doesn't stop with Peter. As we continue our fantastic character development series, the next episode, How to Make a Hateable Character, will explore how these principles of chemistry apply to Spider-Man's most iconic villains. From Green Goblin's psychological torment to Mysterio's manipulative schemes, it's the dynamic between hero and villain that creates the real fireworks. Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery is a testament to how heroes and villains shape each other's journeys. Every clash, every confrontation weaves into the larger story of Spider-Man's world.
Stark was right. You do deserve that.